This is a Talking About a 23 Sneaker Channel. Talking About a 23 Sneaker Channel des.毎日アップするので毎日見てください. And I have decided that these Bread 4s are going to be my first ever Jordan sneaker. Yes, you heard that right. I have never owned a pair of Jordan sneakers in my life, and I'll put up a link to the video explaining why. There's a long and detailed reason why I've never owned a pair of Jordans in my life, and this channel is kind of right now in the place where we're talking about how I can get those first Jordans in hand. And I love the Jordan 4 silhouette, and in May 4th, Jordan 4s are going to be dropping the Bread 4s in the OG colorway, and that's what we're talking about today, about all those OG hints and this sort of what's the word for it? Gosh, I can't even think what the word is, but all those OG elements of the Bread 4s that are coming up. That's the point of the video today, and I will be making those Bread 4s my first ever Jordan purchase, and I'll get those Jordans for the first time. Or the day before the Bread 4s drop, the Air Jordan 1 Cactus Jack Travis Scott's drop. They might end up being my first pair of Jordans. Either way, one of those, the Air Jordan 1 Cactus Jacks or the Bread 4s, are gonna be my first ever pair of Jordan sneakers if I can get my hands on them. But that's the goal. I'm going to try and get my hands on one of those or both, and we'll see which one comes first in the post, because one drops on May 3rd and the other one drops on May 4th, so they're right there together. But hopefully I will get my first ever pair of Jordans and I'll be able to review them for the channel. But today it's not about getting those, it's about looking at them. This week we're going to look at the Bread 4s, and next week I'll do a video about those Cactus Jacks. But for now, let's look at those Bread 4s and talk about the distinctive features of the OG Bread 4s. And I found that there's a new element that I didn't know about in today's video, and I will be talking about all of that today, so stay tuned to find out about the upcoming drop of the Jordan Bread 4s. As I said in the introduction, it's all about the Bread 4s today, and there is an upcoming drop, and there's one new piece of information I didn't know about that I will tell you today, which just adds another level of hype and another level of OG-ness to this upcoming drop of the Bread 4s. And I appreciate you guys checking in every single day and hitting me up with comments and letting me know. Yesterday when I unboxed two things from Adidas, I got a bunch of comments and a bunch of love from the channel, so I appreciate that very much. Please do hit that subscribe button down below if you're new to the channel. It helps me tremendously. I am bringing you this daily content. I do have a full-time job and I have a 1-year-old daughter, so it's hard work trying to do this, but I just love doing it, and I'm not going to stop. So, and I'm also kind of stubborn, let's just be honest. I mean, let's put aside all the love of sneakers and aside that sort of passionate connection between the content creator and the viewer. I'm just too stubborn to not do this, and I'm just going to keep doing it every single day, and that's the fact. I'm stubborn and I love doing it, and that's a combination that means I'll do it forever. But anyway, let's talk about this sneaker today, the Bread 4s, which are dropping. It was originally planned that the Bread 4s would drop on May 11th, and then they shifted that, and now it's May the 4th that they're dropping. Maybe because they're Bread 4s, maybe that's why they moved them up there. And as I said in the introduction about those Travis Scott Cactus Jack Air Jordan 1s, they're dropping May 3rd. I don't think that they can sustain that. I don't think you can have two massive sneakers drop on the 4th and 3rd. I don't think that's going to happen, and I think they're going to move one. They've already moved the Air Jordan 4s to the 4th, so I think they might move the Travis Scotts back a bit into maybe, I don't know, like something like let's see, the 24th maybe May 24th. That's where they put the Cactus Jacks, but we'll see. I might be wrong about that. I'm often wrong. I was wrong about the candy canes that dropped a couple of days ago, actually. I think it was weeks ago. The candy canes, I thought something was going on there and it went the opposite direction. I was wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong and I don't have a problem with that. I like it when people are wrong and they talk about it and then they share information. So if I am wrong, feel free to hit me up with a comment down below. Anyway, so let's have a look at these Bread 4s. There's a lot to look at because it's an absolutely phenomenal sneaker. It's the OG colorway. Bread 4s, not just Bread 4s, but 4s of any kind, dropped for the first time in 1989. So it's been exactly 30 years, and the Bread 4s were one of 4 original colorways. There were cements, there was black, were there black cements, white cements, and university blue, maybe. Oh, I don't think it was university blue, military blue. Actually, I think it was military blue. Anyway, there was 4 Air Jordan 4s that dropped for the first time in 1989. I would have been 13 because I'm 43 now. And one of them was the Bread 4s. And I did a history of Bread 4s video, which I'll put the link to up here, where I talked about, because this is the 5th iteration or the 6th iteration of Bread 4s, because there was the OG ones, the 1999 ones, 2008 ones and 2012 ones, and now here we are, 2019 ones. And the big thing is that the first two OG ones were the same, but then the middle two here, they drifted off into Jumpman territory, and especially the branding on the heel was a Jumpman, and then here we are, we're back at the OG again. And that's the thing, because it's been since 99 to 2019, it's been 20 years since an OG colorway drop of the Bred 4s, and that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of hype. But of course, because it is that OG colorway from 89 as well, and that's why there's a lot of hype out there. So let's have a look at the different features on this sneaker, because there is a lot to look at. I did say the heel has the original Nike Air branding, but the Jumpman does appear there. I think it's a red Jumpman, if I remember rightly, on a black tongue up there. So the top of the tongue, you do have that Jumpman, and directly below that you have the white writing where it says Flight, which is a nice, standard. Is it standard? I don't know if it's standard, but the Jordan 4 tongue there. And then if we come down a little bit, one of my favorite features in any sneaker is that lacing system and the waffle eyelets that you get at the top and the bottom in grey, and the lacing system on the Bred 4s, and then the support straps are kind of like an A frame that support that waffle eyelet up there. I think that's a really cracking element of the sneaker, and that's the first sort of hint of colour in the structure of the sneaker, those grey waffle eyelets on there. And then you come down to the sort of the midfoot. Now the upper is made of nubuck, the material on there, which is very soft leather, basically premium. You can't really go far wrong with nubuck, so they're really nice soft leather. But there are leather accents on there, and as anyone who knows anything about Jordan 4s, on the side there's that sort of mesh on there, which was the first time we'd seen Jordan 1, 2 and 3s that didn't have mesh on them, and then these Jordan 4s with that mesh panel on the side, which was carried through into the Jordan 5s, and I think I'll put up the Dornbecker 5s here because I love them. If I could ever get my hands on a pair of Dornbecker 5s. But yeah, that mesh effect on the side there was continued from the 4s to the 5s, and you do see it here on the Bred 4s that we're talking about today. And then I've got to do it, I've got to go around to the back to that Nike Air branding. That's where the hype is. It's the fact that they're bringing back, for the first time in 20 years, they're bringing back the Nike Air branding on the heel as opposed to the Jumpman branding. And when you get the OG branding on the heel, sneakerheads go wild, and these things are going to be hard to get your hands on. But I'm going to try, and I'm going to try and make them my first ever pair of Jordans, because I love the Jordan 4 silhouette, and then Jordan 12s coming after that. But anyway, that OG branding, and now this is the here's the nugget of information that I didn't know about, and I found out actually just today when I was researching this video, and it's the Nike Air branding on the back is in that OG Nike Air branding, but another piece of OG, what do we want to call this, OG element of the sneakers I didn't realize is the hang tag on the laces. Not Bred 4s, Jordan 4s are famous, known for a square hang tag on the laces, and if you think of the cause with the two X's hanging there on the side of the cause 4s, that's there, and the thing is that they're bringing back the OG hang tag as well, which I think is really cool. It would be very easy to be either lazy or innovative with the hang tag. What they're doing is they're taking the time to go back to 1989 and say what was hanging there on the laces. Let's get exactly the same thing there on here. So as far as I know, I mean, I only researched this today and I read about it today, and if I'm wrong, feel free to shoot me down. I don't mind, because sometimes I'm wrong and I don't mind putting my hands up and saying, yeah, I was wrong. But as far as I know from the research I did today, that hang tag hanging off the laces there is going to be the OG hang tag as well, which is pretty cool. And then coming down, we've covered the top half of the upper, and we're getting now down into that sort of midsole section on there. Lots of black and grey and red on the upper there, but finally as we get into that midsole, that shot of white towards the Air unit in the back there, and those grey mud guards on the front. There's a lot going on that midsole, and then as you flip them upside down, that 3 colour midsole in red, grey and white just tops off an absolutely banging looking sneaker. These what they call now, screenshots, they're not actually screenshots because they're actually authentic images. So what would we call these squares, these videos, these photos here obviously don't do the sneaker justice. It's going to look great having them in hand, but I wanted to bring that to you today to talk about the different features and different elements of this Bred 4 sneaker. It's going to be a massive sneaker for the Air the Nike brand, the Jordan brand, over the next couple of weeks and couple of months. It is the 30th anniversary of the Air Jordan 4, so it's great to see them bringing out one of the OG colorways, and it's just a phenomenal looking sneaker. First time in 7 years it's available, first time in 20 years it's available in its OG design, silhouette, colorway, whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be really exciting to try and get these in hand, and I do hope they are my first sneaker, first Jordan that I ever get in hand. And if I don't, I'll try for those Cactus Jacks as well, and maybe they'll be my first ones. If I get both, I'll just leave the Cactus Jacks behind and over there, and I'll unbox them another day, and I'll go for the Jordan 4s first because I do love that silhouette. But I'll probably miss out on both. Very hard to get your hands on these, but I will be doing my best to try and score them and then review them for the channel. For now, it's the screenshots as usual. I am trying to grow the channel, so please hit that subscribe button down below to help me grow the channel when it does get big enough and I do sort of start to generate a bit of coin off of this, and maybe some connections to the Japanese sneaker stores out there. I'll be able to actually get sneakers in hand more, so hitting that subscribe button really helps me out. That's enough for me today. It's time to sign off, and thank you for checking in. I do appreciate it. I appreciate people watching the entire length of videos because that helps me grow the channel as well. Maybe you don't know that, but view time is as important as view count. So if you're watching this now, it means you've watched most of the video, and I appreciate that very much. It helps me tremendously. And the last thing I'll do is I'll tell you that I'm here every single day, as I do say often in my videos. I'm here every single day, and that means that you can guarantee that you're going to see me tomorrow.